That sucked. That was crazy. That was boring. That was red. Everybody gonna say something. It don't matter. But I give you my opinion on what happened. I give you what like, I give you what I think about the game. Let me tell you. Let me break it down. Let me break it down. In my point of view, I think this was perfect game. This was a type of of games that Chelsea used to play. This is the blueprint of what Chelsea stand for. If the teams are attacking, whether it was Man City, whether it was Barcelona back then, whether we contain. That's what we do. What Chelsea do the first half, we against Arsenal, we contain them. Everything they try to do, we contain them. First half, they're trying to run, get one goal, contain them. Second half, most of the time, we contain them. That's what we did. That's what Chelsea used to do. If you remember games against Man City, it was not about hacking them, it was containing them. What getting like taking your chances. It was always about that with Chelsea. But a lot of people are forgetting that. A lot of people are forgetting that. A lot of people are like what a lot of people like wait, why you not attacking? Why you not like trying to get a goal? What it's part of the game. You contain the team, take take out everything they're trying to use against you, and then trying to get a goal at the same time. There were times when Chelsea were a threat. Let's not act like Chelsea was just sitting back. No. They were not just sitting back. They were a threat at times. They controlled the game. They had the ball most of the times. First half, especially, it was just complete like domination in terms of controlling the game. And I understand sometimes, I mean, obviously, all the times you need a goal to win. But I think, I think the way the coach set up Chelsea to play, the way the coach set up for the team to play, the way they control the game first half, contain the first half, and I think that's the blueprint of what Chelsea used to be. That was literally what Chelsea used to be. We did it against Barcelona. We did it against PSG. We did it against Bayern Munich. We did it against Real Madrid back then. If you remember the actual classic Chelsea games, how they used to play. If teams are like trying to open you up, get goal out of you, what Chelsea used to do always was control them, contain them. And that's what we did in this game first half. We controlled and contained them. And that's what we did the second half most of the time. And then we put in some of our attackers in, trying to get something out of it. A lot of people are complaining. A lot of people are saying, no, this is not what should have been. This is not what should have happened. Like team like Arsenal, if you try to go tick for tack, you're gonna concede. And this, what you looking at, what Chelsea needed was just one goal to like tie it up. Like you need a goal to like make sure everything was on level. So there's no reason for you to like be like attacking, 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 attacking. You attack, you score goal. You score goal. They're still up. You attack and go score another goal. They're gonna score another goal. You're still up. So what matters like contain. Make sure your players are in the right like formation most of the time, and then at the end get your like players who like offensive players who can like make a difference in and get a one goal. That was the plan. But Arsenal is a good defensive team. You cannot knock out for that, like, and you cannot knock out Chelsea for that, especially for the coach. And I think this like tactic he like played or like used is a perfect is what any team would do against a team like Arsenal. What any team would do like team like Arsenal. But if we go back, but if like I said earlier, even the coach said that if you score like in that position, if just scored one goal, guess what? Guess what? Genius, genius. Liam Rosenet was genius, amazing, perfect. What a game! What a game! That's like what a tactical game. What an amazing game. That's gonna be what everybody's gonna say. But now just because they lost, everybody be like, well, that was a boring game. That was boring game. What was that? That's not Josie. That's not how Josie players. Everybody being negative. Everybody's being negative. That comes with the job. I get it. That comes with the job. I get it. I understand. I understand. But at the same time, we gotta understand teams. You play teams to contain them. If a team is playing the way Arsenal plays, you play it to contain them. And that's what you need to do. And now let's go through the actual stats of this game. Let's go through the actual stats, see what actually happened. So shots again, all it just needed was one goal at the like second half to change everything. But let's go through what actually happened in this game. Some people are be like, "Well, that was a horrible game. That was what was that?" People are talking about stuff. Let's talk about how Chelsea dominated. Let's like let me show you how Chelsea like dominated in this game. I mean, total domination. What Arsenal did was they knew they were up by goal, so they played defense. They were defensive minded. I'm not gonna knock out like them for that. They played. They had an advantage. They play defense, and I get it. I like even if I was Chelsea, I'd be like do the same thing. I get it. But if you come when it comes to this game, I feel like Arsenal won in this series because of the first game. First game, that's why they won the series, not this game. You gotta understand, not this game. This game was all about Chelsea. Even though they scored goal at the end, which I didn't even watch because it was about 96 minutes. I was like, this game is over. I just turned it off. I'm not even counting that goal to be honest with you because it was like, bro, that game was over. And I was like, I turned it off because I was like, "Man, this game is over." And I was reading X later and I realized, well, wait, what? Arsenal got a goal? Stuff like that. So this game, I feel like Chelsea had it. If it was 0-0, if there was no previous game where Arsenal were leading 3-2, I feel like Chelsea would have this game would have been a lot different. This game would have been a lot different. So let's go through the stats, well, statistics. I mean stats to actually show you why I think Chelsea actually dominated in this game. And people be like, well, it's boring, it's boring. The stats say otherwise. The stats say otherwise. Again, when you have, let me tell you this, again, when you have 11 shots, 11 shots, again, when you have 11 shots, there's nothing boring about that. Nothing. Nothing boring about that. If you have 11 shots in the game, some games you don't even have that much shots. Honestly, it's crazy. People are like, and then you have shots on target. You have 2-2. What would happen if one of those two targets of shots just happen to be goal? Happen to be goal. Do you know what's gonna happen? Everybody was talking about how Liam Rosdanair was genius. Liam Rosdanair was genius to do that. Was genius. Everybody will be talking about that. Everybody will be talking about how he's genius to do that. So what? So they had more fouls. We had more yellow cards, which I did not really agree because the code. Because if we really look, if you're watching the game, you will understand. Like you will understand honestly. Like Arsenal were very physical. Were very physical. There was no way Chelsea has three yellow cards and Arsenal has zero yellow cards. It did not make sense. They were kicking Liam Delap most of the time. They were very physical, and I don't understand how they have zero yellow cards. Arsenal has zero yellow cards, and Chelsea has three yellow cards. It don't like again. It don't make sense. But so I know we got five corners. So if you look at the statistics, Chelsea dominated. No, like dominate. I don't understand how people will be like, come be, well, that was the most boring game. That was that was just disappointing. I don't understand that. I do not understand that. If one of these two shots on target went in, hypothetically, just went in, guess what's gonna happen? Guess what's gonna happen? You know what everybody's gonna say about Liam Rosenaire? Perfect, amazing, genius. That's what they're gonna say. Genius. That's what they're gonna say. What a tactical genius. That's what they're gonna say. What a tactical genius. That's what they're gonna say. But now, just because they lost, This the loss. Everybody be like, "Well, that was horrible. That was now what was that?" Everybody gonna talk about. Everybody will talk about what like that is. It comes with the like I said. It comes with the territory. It comes with the territory. It's not something you can hate. But I understand. Like for me, I understand. It just comes with the territory. But this was what this guy. Let me tell you this. This kind of game is the games that Chelsea used to play. Like Arsenal, this kind of games, the game against Arsenal, this kind of games is how we used to play. This is our Chelsea against Arsenal yesterday. That game is how we used to play. This is how we used to play. I don't understand how people are hating, how people are complaining. This was like blueprint Chelsea style game. If team is passing a lot, if team is attacking a lot, what do we do? Contain. That's what we do. Contain. And that's what Chelsea yesterday did. They contained. The only thing is Arsenal had an advantage going into the game. Had an advantage. For that reason, it was like they sit back and play defense. They sit back and play defense. It's one of those things where you be like, I understand why the coach did it. The only thing I would have changed is not playing Liam Delap on the like right side. Play somebody else. With João Pedro, you need another attacker at least, like somebody like honestly on the outside. I put in somebody like somebody like I don't know somebody anybody to be honest with you, like anybody who's offensive player at that point. If you don't want to be put a if you don't want to put your best players in, put somebody who's gonna attack. That's the only thing I would change. That's the only thing I would not put. The only player from first half that I would not like putting that in the field was Liam Delap. I think he did not contribute. I don't think he did a lot of things. Like he was not good at holding the ball. I feel like Arsenal defenders were just physical with him, and he was not responding correct way. Every time they get physical, he was on the floor. Whether he loses his footing or whether he falls down, whether a ref was not calling at all. And that's why the thing I liked about João Pedro is he was physical back. They push him, he pushed back. They push him, trying to like take him off his footing. He was not letting him. He was standing and then holding the ball back for us for Chelsea. And that's something that I think Liam Delap needs to understand. He needs to develop and make it part of his game. You're big man. Like you're a big dude. Why are you getting pushed around? I don't get it. Like, do not let him push you around. Liam Delap, you're a big dude, bro. But do not let him push you around. They hit you back, hit him back. Like that's football. That's the 101. That's 101. Like striker play, bro. Hit him back, like push you back. That's what you do. And I don't understand this thing. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But the thing is, I'll say it again. It was an amazing game. I mean, why am I saying goal? I wish we scored. I wish we scored, man. I wish we scored. It was an amazing game. It was an amazing game from Chelsea's standpoint. In my point of view, it was an amazing game. Only thing I would have changed was Liam Delap. Take him out, put him somebody who's actually gonna help, who's actually gonna contribute. That's the only thing I would have changed. Other than that, amazing game. Great tactics, containing Arsenal. All you needed was one goal, one goal. All you needed was one goal, and it did not happen. And that is football. Football sometimes all you needed is a goal. All you needed is something, and it don't happen. That's part of the game. That's a part of the beautiful game. And I don't understand how these people are trying to like make it look that game was horrible. It was not. It was not bad game. It was a good game. It was blueprint Chelsea game. How we used to contain good teams. How we used to like not let good teams like push us around. If you go back to Barcelona, I'll repeat it again. classic Chelsea games. Go back to Barcelona. We contain them. Like, bruh, that's the thing people don't understand. We waited our turn to attack. All like even though Chelsea did not score, if Chelsea scored in that game, everything would have been different. Everything would have been a lot different. People would have been like genius, all that stuff, blah blah, whatever. But I get it. I get both points. I get both sides. But I'm not gonna knock out the coach for this performance because it was it was good. We dominated. We needed a goal. It did not happen. That's football. Deal with it. Stop going after the coach. Be like, be negative about it. It's like if he played horrible, I get it. Look at stats, man. Look at the stats and tell me this is a horrible game. In any day, looking at the stats, anybody will guess the blue team won. Without like just take the results out. Just look at the stats. Anybody will be like, yeah, the blue team won. Chelsea won this game. Anybody would be like, but that's football. Sometimes it's not what it seems. It's not what it seems sometimes. And we gotta understand. That's football. Just deal with it, man. Let's not complain. Let's start complaining about the coach. In my point of view, it was perfect, like tactical game, and I won't knock out for him for that. I will not knock out for him for that, and I still like I refuse to do that. Refuse to do that.